in a small, sun-drenched village nestled between rolling green hills, lived a young man named Arif. He was known throughout the village not for his strength or his wealth, but for his heart-to-heart so vast and giving, it seemed to have no boundaries. Arif spent his days tending to the needs of others. He would mend the fences of his elderly neighbors, help farmers with their harvest, and listen patiently to the troubles of anyone who sought his ear. He gave his time, his energy, and his smiles freely, believing that his purpose was to ease the burdens of everyone around him. The villagers adored Arif. What a kind soul. They would say, "He is the light of our village." Arif cherished these words, and they fueled his desire to do more, to give more. He felt a deep sense of satisfaction each time he saw a smile on someone's face, a smile he had helped create. But as days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, a strange and subtle weariness began to creep into Arif's spirit. The light that once burned so brightly within him started to dim, though he tried his best to hide it from the world. He started waking up tired, his body aching from the endless tasks he took upon himself. The vibrant colors of the village seemed a little less bright, the joyful laughter of the children a little more distant. He would still smile, but it no longer reached his eyes. He was like a beautiful lamp, giving light to everyone in the room, but slowly, almost imperceptibly, running out of oil. He was so focused on filling everyone else's cup that he did not notice his own was completely empty. One afternoon, as Arif was helping an old woman carry her groceries, he felt a sudden wave of dizziness. He stumbled and had to lean against a wall to catch his breath. The old woman, whose name was Elara, looked at him with kind, knowing eyes. She was the village elder, a woman whose wisdom was as deep as the ancient well in the town square. "Arif," she said softly, her voice like the rustling of autumn leaves, "you give so much to this village, but tell me, who gives to you?" Arif was taken aback by the question. He had never thought about it before. I don't need anything," he stammered. "Seeing others happy is my reward." Elara smiled gently and placed a wrinkled hand on his arm. "A gardener cannot tend to his flowers if he does not first drink water and rest in the shade. Your heart is a beautiful garden, my dear boy, but you are letting it wither from neglect." Her words were simple, yet they struck a chord deep within him. That night, for the first time in a long time, Arif couldn't sleep. Elara's words echoed in his mind. "Your heart is a beautiful garden, but you are letting it wither." The next morning, feeling more drained than ever, Arif decided to do something he hadn't done in years. Instead of rushing out to help others, he walked to the edge of the village, to a quiet stream he used to visit as a child. He sat down on a smooth, moss-covered rock and simply listened to the gentle gurgling of the water, the chirping of the birds, the whisper of the wind through the trees. For the first time, he wasn't listening to someone else's problems. He was just ... being. As he sat there, a profound sadness washed over him. He realized he had been running from himself. He had used the act of helping others as a way to avoid his own feelings of loneliness and emptiness. He had sought validation from the smiles of others because he did not know how to find it within himself. Tears began to stream down his face, tears of exhaustion, of sadness, but also of relief. It was as if a dam had broken, releasing all the pent-up emotions he had ignored for so long. He spent the entire day by the stream. He didn't fix anything. He didn't help anyone. He just allowed himself to feel. He acknowledged his pain, his tiredness, his need for rest. He remembered the boy he once was, a boy who loved to paint, to read stories, to simply lie in the grass and watch the clouds drift by. Where had that boy gone? He had been buried under the weight of responsibility, under the mistaken belief that his worth was measured only by what he did for others. As the sun began to set, casting a warm, golden glow over the landscape, Arif felt a sense of peace he hadn't experienced in ages. It wasn't the fleeting satisfaction of a task completed for someone else. It was a deep, quiet calm that came from within. He took a deep breath, and it felt like the first real breath he had taken in years. He made a silent promise to himself. "I will learn to tend to my own garden first." The next day, Arif's routine changed. He still helped his neighbors, but he also made time for himself. He woke up a little earlier to watch the sunrise. He took an hour in the afternoon to read a book under his favorite tree. He started painting again, filling canvases with the beautiful landscapes that had always inspired him. At first, some villagers were confused. "Is Arif sick?" they wondered. "He's not as available as he used to be." But soon, they noticed a change in him. The tired, strained look in his eyes was replaced by a genuine sparkle. His smile was brighter, his laughter more frequent and full-bodied. The light within him wasn't just flickering anymore. It was shining with a steady, radiant glow. He was still the kind, helpful Arif they all knew and loved, but now his kindness flowed not from a place of depletion, but from a place of abundance. Because his own cup was full, he found he had even more to give, and his help was offered with a renewed energy and joy that was truly infectious. Arif learned the most important lesson of all. Loving yourself is not selfish. It's essential. It is the act of filling your own well so that you can offer water to others without running dry. It's about recognizing that your own heart, your own well-being, is the most precious garden you will ever tend. When we care for our own hearts, when we allow ourselves to rest, to heal, and to recharge, we don't just save ourselves. We become a truer, brighter light for everyone around us. The world doesn't need your burnout. It doesn't need your pain. It needs your light, your joy, your authentic, replenished self. So, like Arif, take a moment to listen to your own heart. Are you tired? Are you running on empty? Give yourself permission to rest. Allow yourself to heal. Tend to your own beautiful garden. Because when you love yourself first, you don't just change your own world, you brighten the entire universe. Embrace your inner light, because you and the world deserve for it to shine brightly. Thank you so much for joining us for this story. If it resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more tales that touch the heart. Remember to be kind to yourself today. We'll see you in the next story.